How you doing, everybody? This is King Rex. I'm making this here video is gonna be about China. Now, I'm sure that if you're a fan of video games or South Park, then China has been everywhere for the last week or so. And I want to talk about this because no one is telling the truth about any of this horse shit, and I'm sick and tired of it. No one is telling the truth. Like, no one's putting these pieces together. No one on YouTube, although YouTube is censored now, is completely controlled. It's like, this video won't get pushed at all. I mean, I have no subscribers and no one watches my videos at all, but no one's gonna push this. I know that's the case. Absolutely fucking nobody is gonna watch this. Not because it's bad, but because YouTube won't let it be shown. So, what the fuck am I talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Two stories. One that you'll know about if you're a regular person, and one you'll know about if you like me, you like video games. So, South Park recently did a big episode about how basically our Hollywood system is being dictated to by China, which is 100% the truth. It's like Disney is sucking tiny Chinese cocks because those cocks come money into their mouth. It won't be a new Winnie the Pooh movie or any type of new Winnie the Pooh anything because of China. Like the last Winnie the Pooh thing was Christopher Robin. Was that Christopher Robin? Which was really good, by the way. It was really, really good. Like, I enjoyed that movie profoundly. But there won't be another one because you can't sell it in China, and the market is China. That's the market. It's like all these superhero movies. It's like Captain America is big in China. Huge in China. Black Panther. Huge in China. It's like Infinity War was gigantic because of China. It's like China is a gigantic ass market, and they don't make good movies there. They like the Chinese movie making market is dead. It's like there's no more of the kung fu movies of the early 70s and 80s. It's like there's not a lot of that anymore. Used to be tons of those movies. There's not. That Hong Kong movie making market, because all those movies were all in Hong Kong. All those movies were Hong Kong based. They're gone. And I'm going to get to Hong Kong too, because no one's telling the truth about Hong Kong. So, South Park is banned in China now, because China got mad that they made fun of them. And you have a Hearthstone player who basically during an interview yelled out, Hong Kong forever, down with the Chinese government, basically. And Blizzard, an American company that made that game, took all that motherfucker's money and banned him. Basically, he won. They went, nope, no money for you. And you're banned, you can't play. Like, it's so fucked up that when this guy said that, the people who were interviewing him literally hid underneath the fucking desk. So, why talk about China? Well, this thing in Hong Kong has been going on for a while. And here's the thing about the thing in Hong Kong. The thing in Hong Kong is a CIA black op. This is a CIA thing. 100%. It's like China has been on a crusade. You can look this up in the New York Times and the Washington Post. You can look this up in mainstream media outlets. Going back at least 5 or 6 years. Going back to Obama. That China has been on a rush to find spies in China. It's like a couple days ago, we just found a Chinese spy in California. The FBI came out and did a big press conference about how they found a spy in China. just came out with that. Well, you think the FBI is looking for Chinese spies, but the People's Liberation Army is not looking for American spies? They've been on a big push to eradicate American spies all over China. And guess where the base for American and Western spies is in China? Is fucking Hong Kong. Hong Kong is where the CIA and MI5 and Mossad and all the intelligence community are based in Hong Kong. So, why is this even happening in Hong Kong? Why is all this Hong Kong shit happening? Why are people getting their eyes shot out and beat in the street? Okay. This is what happened. A guy from Hong Kong went to China, beat a woman, kidnapped a woman, raped her, beat her, and killed her, and then fled back to Hong Kong. The Chinese government went, hey, this guy raped and killed this woman. Bring him here. We want him. Give him to us. Give him here. And because of the two systems, one country rule, where Hong Kong is slightly different because of the British, influence in China, in China, and the Sino, the Anglo-Sino War and the Opium Wars and all that. Hong Kong is under a different legal system. And China just can't go into Hong Kong and just do whatever the fuck it wants. Well, it can, but they won't. And they won't because Hong Kong is how the Chinese get their money out of China. That's why. Like, people are wondering why won't China just Tiananmen Square all up over Hong Kong? Because if China Tiananmen Squared Hong Kong, if China rolled in that motherfucker with tanks, started blowing shit up like they did in Tiananmen Square, like they would do anywhere else in China, all of the banks and businesses that are washing Chinese money to get that money out of China would leave. And all the businesses that are bringing money into China would leave. Hong Kong is how China washes its fucking money. It's how the political elites all over China who are stealing money from all these businesses all over China who are stealing the people's money and getting it out of China, because like motherfuckers are trying to get money out of China. It's like people, like a big place where China's hiding all its money is Australia. There's a lot of Chinese nationals in Australia. Like, that's where all the Chinese business people and party leaders go to, party. They go there to, like, have a good time and fuck and party and drive fast cars. They buy a house and they buy 18 Lamborghinis and Audis and all this stupid expensive shit, and they have a good time in Australia or in London. And then they go back to China like, oh, I'm a good communist. They're full of shit. So that's why they won't bring tanks into Hong Kong, because they can't lose the connection. Because Hong Kong is how they get their money out. They don't want their money sitting in China. They want their money invested outside of China. They want their money buying up property in America and England and Australia, all over. They want to invest that money out of China because why keep your money in a communist system? It's like, if you have money, why would you want to keep it in a system where everyone wants to take your fucking money? You get it? So that's why China needs Hong Kong around. People won't say this. People will not expose the fact that the Americans and the British and the entire, like, the Western intelligence community and the Western governments, I hate that term Western, but European and American white people, basically, the white countries, they're white for now, they won't be for very long. That's a whole nother thing. But European countries and North American countries, those countries have a tacit agreement with China that if you let us have our intelligence running around in Hong Kong, if you let us do that, and if you let us do that, we'll let you use Hong Kong as a base to get your money out. We'll let you do your money laundering in Hong Kong. You send your money to Hong Kong. That money from Hong Kong goes from Hong Kong to LA, to Chicago, to New York, to London, to Sydney, to Paris, to Berlin. It's a money washing scheme. Okay. So, why protests? Well, China is feeling its nuts real good. China is feeling its nuts real good, or as my man Trump would say, China. And they're sick and tired of Trump talking all his bullshit about them. They're sick of him. They're sick of his shit. China, I'll beat the fuck out of China. You guys don't understand. China, they'll respect me. Alright? If I tell them to get on their knees and suck my cock, they'll do it and ask me for more. You gotta understand, you guys. I'm gonna beat China. I'm gonna beat them to death with my big flaccid cock. It's like they're sick of that. They're going, okay, you wanna fuck with us? Okay. We're gonna fuck with your spies. We're gonna flex our muscles in Hong Kong. We understand that you have all your fucking intelligence assets in Hong Kong. You got your CIA motherfuckers, your MI5 motherfuckers, your spies, your spooks, your fucking good joopy joops. All the motherfuckers is in Hong Kong. We're gonna start extraditing motherfuckers. We're gonna start going into Hong Kong and snatching motherfuckers. If we want somebody in Hong Kong, we're gonna take them. Fuck all that British Empire bullshit. Fuck all that respecting the boundaries of Hong Kong. If we want you and you're in Hong Kong, we're gonna come and we're gonna fucking take you. That is spooky to spooks. If you know that there's nothing stopping China from just going, we want him. Him right there, we want him. Bring him here. We're gonna come and get you. You're a spy. We're gonna go in Hong Kong. We're gonna take you the fuck out, kicking and screaming. Ain't shit you can do about it. You're gonna start a war. You're gonna start a war. You're gonna invade China to protect spies. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, come on, invade us. Start a land war in China. Start a land war in southern China with all the fucking mountains around. Yeah, invade Hong Kong and use that as a platform to invade the rest of southern China, which is all mountains and jungles and shit. Yeah, sure. That's gonna be real smart. Yeah, sure. It's like, come on, they're not. The American government is not gonna invade China to protect its fucking spies. But what it will do is what America loves to do, which is start an insurrection. Start a civil war. America loves to start civil wars. We did it all over the place. We'll do it in Iran. We'll do it in Guatemala. We'll do it in Central America. We'll do it in South America. We'll do it in the Middle East. We'll do it in Africa. We'll overthrow your fucking government. We will supply and arm and give intelligence to people who hate the government's guts, and we will send them aid and give the media all the access that we want them to have. And have the whole world support overthrowing your government, even though 5 minutes ago we were the bestest of fucking pals. Doesn't matter now. Now your government gets toppled because you pissed us off. That's what's happening with Hong Kong. The last thing that anyone wants, the Chinese don't want this, and the Americans don't want this. No one wants China to be independent. No one wants Hong Kong to be like Taiwan. No one wants that. Because if Hong Kong is like Taiwan, then the Chinese can't use Hong Kong as a basis to smuggle their money out of China into the West. And if China and Hong Kong aren't connected and have a loose border, they can't sneak their fucking spooks in and out of China to spy. Neither side wants that, but neither side can back down, and Trump does not give a fuck. I'm not even sure if Trump understands what the fuck I'm saying, and I'm not even in the government. It's like, I can see this being a regular ass nigga just living in the hood. I can see this. I've read enough books to know what the fuck is going on. Trump doesn't read books except Mein Kampf, apparently. You know, my man Trump, who I love. Okay. So, it's a CIA thing, you understand? All of this China shit, all of this Hong Kong shit, all of this, oh, we gotta support the people of Hong Kong, they want peace. No, they want democracy. No, the fuck they don't. These are CIA motherfuckers. Why the fuck are Chinese people in Hong Kong writing "Give me liberty" or "Give me death" in English on buildings? What the fuck, motherfucker? If in America, right, I wanted to secede, I want Chicago to be an independent state, right? Would I write Chinese slogan? Would I write "The Great Revolution has begun" in fucking Cantonese and fucking Chinese on the side of buildings? Come on now. It's like, would I quote the Red Book or some shit? Like, write it in fucking Chinese and on the side of every building, just, you know, "The Great Revolution has begun and I'm a fucking Maoist." Like Mao shit. Like, why would the Chinese be talking 1776 Freedom Now, Alex Jones type bullshit? They wouldn't. This is the CIA op. And this is how you know CIA op. Okay? This is how you know. This is how you know that all of this Hong Kong shit that's been being pushed for the last fucking month and a half by every main Reuters, New York Times, New York Post, everyone has the exact same story. And when everyone has the exact same story, even places that don't agree with each other on anyone else, when you have Breitbart and Fox News and CNN and CSNBC and New York Times and the Washington Post and the Observer and the fucking the Christian Science Monitor, all of these websites, all these newspapers, all of these news sites, all have the exact same take on one fucking issue, then you know the U.S. government has fed them a fucking story. That's how you know, because all of the media coverage is exactly the fucking same. The same is true with Epstein. The Epstein stuff, all the media coverage was exactly the same. It was so much the same, where literally motherfuckers were saying the exact same words. They were reading off the exact same script. When the media, media that bicker with each other and hate each other and they can't agree on nothing, when they all play to the same fucking tune and dance to the same beat, the Pied Piper's playing that tune. That's the Pied Piper playing that tune. They're all dancing to it. Alright? That's how you know. And the shit with the Chinese and the shit with Hong Kong specifically, everyone has the same take. Every news site has the same take. That's called a controlled narrative. Okay, so that's China. That's China. Okay. That's Hong Kong. CIA black op bullshit. That's why the fuck are the German, British, French, and American press all over Hong Kong? Think about that. Why did, as soon as this shit started, like as soon as people started like lining up in the middle of the street saying "fuck this, we don't like it," did all of a sudden the New York Times, Washington Post, BuzzFeed, Vice, everybody fly into Hong Kong? So much so where they had to stop flights from coming in because the Chinese saw all these American journalists showing the fuck up. All of these foreign journalists showing the fuck. They went, holy shit, they're sending in all these journalists to take pictures of this shit. Fuck this. They shut down the fucking airport. The motherfuckers couldn't get home. Okay, enough about that. Here's an example of an actual people's uprising that's actually happening right the fuck now. No one's talking about it because this is a real people's uprising. This is really the people going, we've had enough of this horse shit. We need to do something about this. When real people, not backed by a foreign power, start taking long walks together in the middle of the day, and it's not on anyone's radar, that's how you know it's real. In Guatemala, 250,000 fucking people took a long walk together in the middle of the day. And it was so fucked up. Like, there were so many people in the capital of Guatemala that the president and the entire council and everybody went on national fucking TV and went, we're gonna move the seat of government to a different fucking city to get away from this giant ass mob of people. Go to the New York Times, not there. Go to Washington Post, not there. Go to the LA Times, not there. Go to Chicago Sun-Times, not there. Washington Examiner, not there. Where the fuck is the story where literally 150,000 people all got together, took a long walk down to the fucking presidential building, and the president went on national TV and said, yo, we not there no more. We not even in the capital. We in a whole nother place, and this is gonna be the head of government now because you motherfuckers won't go back home. Soon they'll be sending in motherfuckers to shoot people. It's nowhere. This story is nowhere. And it won't be anywhere because that's a real people's uprising. And it's happening because of Trump. That's why it's happening. Because like it or leave it, like it or not, hate him or love him, think he's a Nazi of the second coming of Jesus Christ with the 8-inch cock. Doesn't matter what you think. Motherfuckers is not getting in. The southern border is locked the fuck down. If you get through and we catch you, we take away your kids, bitch. Don't come here. That's what's happening now. We're taking your kids and we're gonna fuck them. That's what's happened. If you come to America and you're running from deadly violence, and if you're from Guatemala or Honduras or from certain parts of Central America or certain parts of even Mexico, and you're coming here trying to escape dying, because if you're gonna die. It's like Central and South America. Like, Central America is like 3 steps away from open civil war. The only thing keeping them from not going into civil war is that people can leave and come here and then send money back there. That's the only reason. And then also the American government is propping up those countries with aid and all types of military assistance and political assistance. We're propping up all those countries. We're propping them up. Like, the people don't like those governments. Mexico, like, none of those countries should even exist. They shouldn't exist. It's like those are not naturally made countries because the people came together and say, oh, this is where we live now. No, these are all foreign constructed. It's like the Middle East. It's like none of these places are based around real national boundaries, like cultural boundaries. They're not. Mexico should be like 3 different states. It's like, there's a whole nother thing I can get into, but I won't because it'll be a major digression. This is way too long. So I'll say this. None of those countries should really exist anymore. They all should be in open civil war. America has funded death squads in every single one of those countries in Central America. Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico. We have funded fascist death squads that have gone from town to town and murdered whole villages of motherfuckers. This is not me saying this. This is the fucking CIA admitting it. The School of the Americas is a real thing in fucking like Tennessee or some shit, where they were sending in Contras to train. In Arkansas, Bill Clinton was a part of this. When he was governor of Arkansas, training Contras with Reagan and them motherfuckers. Ollie goddamn North on TV was a part of this with Emil Khashoggi, a guy who Epstein knew, who Epstein was funneling his money in his fucking like cousin or some shit. Maybe I think it was his son, Jamal Khashoggi, the guy that the Saudis hacked up with a fucking bone saw. That dude, his daddy. They're all intelligent, all of them. Khashoggi, both of them, Epstein, Bill Clinton. It's like, come on. The CIA knew about all this shit. This is not me saying this. Look up School of America. Look up Adnan Khashoggi. Look up Jamal Khashoggi. Look up their ties to the CIA. Look up Bill Clinton and Mena, Arkansas, and the School of the Americas where we were training freedom fighters, which were going around murdering motherfuckers in Guatemala in the 80s, in the towns that were fucking massacred and they're digging up bones of people. Shit like that, okay? This is... I can go on for 3 hours about what we did, what Reagan and those fucking criminals did. You want to think Trump is a criminal? Oh my God, Ronald Reagan and that fucking... that cabal of goddamn supervillains. Iran-Contra is the tip of the iceberg with that one, baby. Come the fuck on. Okay. So, we went into Guatemala and Honduras and these countries, I mean, the People's Revolution, where 500,000, but a 250,000 people were marching in the streets in Guatemala, a place that we had right-wing death squads kill people in the 80s. A lot of the people who were coming here earlier this year were from Guatemala, because Guatemala is kind of in the middle of a civil war, along with Honduras, where gangs of roving bandits are shooting fucking buses. It's like, there was a Vice documentary a few years back that I watched about how it's a deadly occupation to be a bus driver in Honduras because gangs were literally targeting bus drivers for some fucking reason. They were killing mayors and chiefs of police and literal spies. They were finding spies and killing them. Like MS-13 were finding spies and murdering spies in Honduras because Obama was sending them back. Obama was sending back MS-13. Obama sent back like 7,000 of these motherfuckers. I don't know exactly how many. I need to go and look. Maybe I'll find the actual information, but go look up Obama MS-13 deportations. He sent back tons of Hondurans. So many that Honduras had a gang problem of people who were in LA, in New York, in Chicago, and Miami, who were hardened fucking criminals, going back to Honduras and doing criminal shit, and they couldn't handle it. Same with Guatemala, like American criminals. Like criminals who were running rampant in America, a lot of whom I believe, this is me conjecturing, this is me going crazy here. So until I say I'm done, this is all my opinion. Everything else I said is true. This is my opinion. I think that the Guatemalans and Hondurans and all these people who are American criminals, like all these illegal immigrants, these are CIA assets. These are people who the CIA is using to smuggle drugs and weapons and do wet work. The CIA is well known for this, of bringing in foreign nationals illegally and making them like common criminals, and they're doing horrible shit, and they're training them in paramilitary terror tactics like they did the Contras, like they do with all their fighters. They train them in how to dismember people and cut off their fucking heads and boil them in acid and all that type of crazy shit. The CIA trains them to do that here and then sends them back or uses them as assets. That's what I think the MS-13 shit is, and the Honduran gang shit is, and the Mexican gangs, the La M, the fucking cartels, all that is CIA bullshit. That's what I think. In rant, I'm back to facts now. That's what I think. Okay. So, what the fuck am I talking about here? What I'm talking about is that the Guatemalans and the Hondurans who were running from a corrupt government that the United States is enabling with aid and financial aid and military aid and intelligence aid. Those people who were literally on the tops of fucking moving trains to get from Honduras or Guatemala to Mexico so they can cross the border so their children won't be killed and murdered and raped in Honduras or Guatemala. They can't get in because their children, because they're going to be caught. And if they get caught, the children are going to be separated. And we're not going to find their children. They're going to disappear. And why is no one talking about all the children that has disappeared? All these Latino children who are disappearing and no one knows where the fuck they're at. Strange, huh? That we're losing children. The United States government has a real bad habit of losing children and using children for secret experiments and feeding them Kellogg's cereal that's been irradiated. Look that shit up. That's a real thing. They were taking retarded orphans and feeding them irradiated breakfast cereal to see if it gives them superpowers in the 50s. I'm just not making this up. They literally did this. You can go and look at the documents. I've looked at the documents of them feeding orphaned white children irradiated breakfast cereal to see if they would get superpowers like fucking Spider-Man. Literally that happened. This government is criminal and fucking crazy, okay? Trump won't let these people in the country. He won't do what he needs to do. What he needs to do is stop arresting illegal immigrants and start arresting the people who hire them and send them to jail for 5 years and fine them millions of dollars, and they'll stop coming because they won't be able to work. I'll make a video about that and how that's the solution. It's the only solution to this problem. Stop the people who are hiring them. And look, Trump has sent back thousands and millions and thousands of people, and that's why the low-skilled jobs the lowest skilled jobs are having the fastest growth in wages in like 30 years because illegal immigrants aren't doing the job. They have to hire Americans to do those jobs, that to pay them more to do it because they're shortage of workers. That's why the economy is doing well, because illegal immigrants hurt the economy and hurt the poor. If you're poor, you shouldn't be for illegal immigration. If you're for the working man and you're for illegal immigration, then you're a fucking liar, because the illegal immigration and underpaid slave labor workers only benefit the fucking rich. You Democrat assholes. You don't care about the poor, and you definitely don't care about black people, because you know who it hurts the most? Black folk. That's who it hurts the most. I'm sick and tired of you going, oh, we love niggas, we love you niggas, we love you in the hip hop, and you're the best. And while you bring Jose and Maria to do jobs that Quashan and Turkanda was doing in 1950, because that's who has to do those jobs. You understand? As soon as niggas got rights, they got Mexicans to do nigga jobs because they could treat them like niggas because niggas got rights. Stop with this horse shit, you people. I'm too angry. Okay. This is the most ranty I've been, because this gets me. But this is real. This is not theoretical. This is real shit happening. People are dying. Alright? People are dying in Mexico. People are gonna die in Guatemala. People are gonna die in Hong Kong. People are dying in America. LA has 40,000 homeless people. And Joe Rogan does a podcast like a week ago saying that everything is great and perfect and there's no real fucking problems, when outside of his fucking gigantic ass studio there's the biggest homeless epidemic in American since the Great Depression. In LA, there's homeless camps that are literally taking up whole swaths of the city. It's like the Great Depression. There's Hoovervilles everywhere. Hoovervilles all over the fucking place. And no one cares. This bothers me. Okay, so I understand. I sound like an absolute crazy person, and this is going on way too long. So I'm going to end it with this. Trump, I support what he's doing with the illegal immigrants. I wish he did more. I wish he would put the traitors who hire these people in fucking jail and let them sit there for a long time because they're traitors to the American people. Alright? These people coming here is not their fault. Their countries are fucked up because the American government fucked them up like 30 years ago. We were sending fucking CIA and OSS and American Marines into Cuba and into Guatemala to support United Fruit Company in the 1940s. We fucked up these countries. We fucked up Haiti. We fucked up Cuba. We fucked up Guatemala and Honduras. We fucked up Mexico. And we're mad at them because they want to come here so they don't get fucked where they are? I'm not mad at them. I'm not even mad that they're coming here. I understand. I'm mad that American citizens to make a cheap buck so they can earn $2 extra instead of $1, so they can earn $4 extra instead of $2. As a matter of fact, that's how it is. It's like, instead of me earning $1 million, I want to have 10. Like, if I hired all Americans to do this job, I would make $1 million. But if I hire Jose and Marie and Juan and all them motherfuckers, then I'll make $10 million. So I can pay them $4 an hour and sometimes not pay them and rape Maria. And she can't go to the police because what's she gonna do? If she goes to the police, she's gonna be deported and her little fucking kids are too. Goddamn beaners. That's how they feel. That's how they work. You understand? They don't care about these people. And look, I don't think that they're beaners. I'm saying that's the mindset of the people who hire them. They are being hired to be exploited because they don't have the same rights and benefits of American citizens. They are the niggers of today. They're doing the same jobs that black folks were doing in the 40s and 50s. Child care, landscaping, service jobs, cooking, cleaning. Those were jobs that black folks were doing in the 60s before we got free. Do you understand? Before Jim Crow stopped being a thing. We were taking care of white babies, taking care of white houses, cleaning and cooking for white folk, taking care of that fucking yard because they didn't want to do it. That's what niggers work. That was black folk work, and they have Mexicans doing them now because they can treat them like they treated us back then. Don't you see? It's easy. Okay. I support Trump because Trump is making sure that these Guatemalans are staying in Guatemala. And Guatemalans staying in Guatemala instead of coming here means they gotta deal with their shit, which means they'll kick out the CIA spooks who are keeping them fucked up like that, and they can run their own government, and when they run their own government, they can help themselves and become a real country instead of an outpost of the American empire. I support what's happening there. I hope that millions of people march in the streets to kick out all the U.S. and foreign influence that's been controlling their countries for 100 fucking years. And when they do, then all these Guatemalans can go home. And they can go home to their country and help their people. They have to stay there and fight for themselves instead of coming here and running away and taking jobs from Pookie and Ray Ray so they shoot up each other instead of working. Do you see how it works? Do you see how they know this? The U.S. government knows it. The fucking media knows it. These people aren't stupid. They know that this is how it works. They just won't tell you. They won't tell me. I have to read it out of 18 different books and put the pieces together. But you can literally do a newscast and lay all of this out and how poverty in America is linked to foreign intelligence wars and how illegal immigration and black crime are interlinked, and how if those people had jobs, they wouldn't be criminals, because being a criminal is not about the color of your skin. Being a criminal is about, can you fucking eat? That's what being a criminal is about. Like, can I feed myself and my family because I don't want to fucking die? That's why poor people commit more crimes than non-poor people. You understand? That's why poor people commit different crimes. Poor people commit violent crimes because they're angry and hungry. When you're hungry, you get angry. It's like your brain doesn't work right when you fucking can't, when you haven't eaten in 3 days. This is how it works. So there's gonna be revolutions. Trump is gonna win. Trump is gonna win another term. He's gonna be president again. This impeachment shit is not gonna stick. The Democrats have fucked themselves yet again out of another election. They should easily win because they won't do the one thing that would make them win, which is run a people's candidate. Trump was more of a people's candidate than anyone on the Republican stage. Trump was more of a people's candidate than Bernie fucking Sanders, which is sad. And Trump is more a people's candidate than anyone else who anyone the Democrats are running, including Elizabeth Warren. He's gonna win again, and none of this shit that they're putting on him is gonna stick. Fucking none of it. The American people are gonna vote for him again. They're gonna vote for him again. He's gonna win. That's how it's gonna work. If the media is pushing a narrative, if you see it everywhere, don't believe it. Or, at the very least, think about what you're not being told. Because it's Venezuela, because this shit is happening in Guatemala. It's nowhere. But this Hong Kong shit has been pushed in my face from everywhere I go for a solid month and a half. Which means there's something I'm not being told somewhere else. There's something they're covering up if they're pushing this. They're covering up the Guatemala stuff. They're covering up that. Their wage growth, real wage growth for the lowest paid people for the first time in 30 years. That's New York Times. It's Washington Post. That's mainstream news, people. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about that's the reason why that's happening. Is because Trump is making motherfuckers go back home. It's like people who are here are like, fuck this, I'm going home. They're not gonna catch my ass and then take my kids away from me. Me and my abuela and all these motherfuckers, we're all going back. We're going back, and when they go back, they have money and they're fighting in their countries, which I love. I hope they do. I hope they win. I really do. And because people are going back, jobs are opening up. The reason why black employment is at the highest it's been in 40 years is because Mexicans aren't doing those jobs. So they hire black folk to do them, and they have to pay them well because unlike in the 60s and the 50s, they can't pay black people like Mexicans. They have to pay them fairly, and if they don't, they get sued. They can't treat them like shit. Or they can't treat them as much like shit, because I was treated like shit by my employer. I should sue the fuck out of them. I don't know. So that's why wages is growing for the least paid. That's why African American employment is the highest it's ever been. Because illegal immigrants are here. That's why the media is pushing this China shit. Pushing this Hong Kong shit. And not talking about Jeffrey Epstein and how Ghislaine Maxwell is still somewhere. Maybe that bitch is dead. Who knows where she is? And Jermel Bruquel, that French motherfucker, he was found in Brazil, but who knows? He was fucking all these girls. Who knows? No one's talking about the thousands of names that they keep releasing every fucking other day of people who are pedophiles. And Joe Rogan, that's not talking about it, but he questions everything, even though he's good friends with Steven Pinker. He knows most people who've been to Epstein's Island of fucking kids in the ass. But he's a real conspiracy theorist. Bullshit. Everyone's full of shit. You understand? And Anyway, I'm done. I'm tired of talking to you fuckers. I sound like an insane person. I sound like Alex Jones. The globalists and the Chi-Coms are coming. They're gonna take your kids and eat their blood. Their blood. I'm Satan. Satan is gonna come and he's gonna put his cock in your asshole and fuck you to death because he hates Jesus. That's literally what I sound. I sound like insane Alex Jones. I'm not. Look up the shit I've said. Please look it up and don't use Google. Use any search engine but Google. Google is evil. They took it out of their motto. Their motto used to be don't be evil. And they went, we're going to be evil. Let's not say that anymore. And they've been evil ever since. They're evil. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna go to sleep because I can't do this. I can't rant anymore. Have a good day, people. Keep fighting. Don't lose hope. I lose hope sometimes. I lose hope. I think the world is ending and it'll never get better and things are only getting worse, but that's not true. Things are better now than they've ever been for almost everyone. And I gotta keep remembering that things are better for everyone now than they were 40 years ago. And things are gonna keep getting better because people are waking up and people are sick and tired of the same old game. And the common man is sick and tired of it. We're sick and tired of it, man. We're sick and we're tired of the lies and the bullshit and the evil in this world. We won't take it anymore. Just like those people in Guatemala. Just like the people in Hong Kong. I think some of them are truly some of them are truly fed up with the Chinese. And they're not good. And I don't support it because I think that the only reason that I know about it is because of the CIA op. But in theory, I support those people who want freedom. I support freedom-loving people everywhere. Freedom-loving people everywhere. I support them. I just don't like it when the CIA is putting it in my face because they have ulterior motives that have nothing to do with freedom. That's it. This is an hour long. Fucking Jesus. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't lose hope. Fight another day. Hope. Fight another day. Hope. Fight another day. Hope.